Yeah.
I completely trust you on your opinion here. I've seen it rated higher, but and out of what you said, you pretty much justified why it was low, and I think when you have a game that rips off that much, it should be low.
The other thing is, they try and pass it off as some really original thing, because Horseman of the Apocalypse, that's never been done before.
Yeah.
So that's why I was so excited from this. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not going to get a copycat game. And I got a copycat game.
Yeah, it was really, I really felt it was like 5 other games mashed up into one experience.
Yeah.
And you said at the end that maybe it's a GameFly, maybe it's a rental, and you got an agree. You got one guy who left a one-word comment. Eclan Grill Black, whatever that's supposed to mean, writes rental. So thumbs up rental on this game. And I don't want to give this game too much of a bad rap. It's a fun experience, but it's not anything we haven't seen. So, rounding out this episode, we're gonna do it's winners and losers of the week time already, right? All right, so we're gonna go for it, and we're gonna try to do our winners and losers. I'll start out. My winner this week is going to be OnLive Gaming, which is something that just got unveiled. OnLive is basically a service you can pay for, and I don't know exactly how this works. I assume you'll need a wild internet connection for this, but it's going to be basically you can run modern games on a bad computer. So you'll be able to go to this service, you open this window, and then a modern game like Assassin's Creed 2, they talked about Borderlands, they talked about the new Prince of Persia game, it will be able to run on I don't want to say bad, but a lower end computer. And I assume maybe they're hooking you up to like some other computer somewhere else using a broadband connection. It looks really exciting. I think that's going to be really good. There's some great games that look like you'll be able to play on that. So I'm excited to see OnLive. It's not going to be available this June.
Do you know like the average price range they'll be charging for it? I'm assuming this is like something you'd pay for monthly. Yeah,
there's 2 ways to do it. You can buy the games individually for OnLive use. I don't know how it works with the service. Maybe you play with other people online, hopefully. I can only hope. Or there's like a $15 a month service, and then you get the whole library of OnLive games, which is not bad. I wish the best of luck to you, honestly, OnLive crew.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work out, but best of luck, really, best of luck. I think that's really good, because, you need, these days, quad-core, dual-core computers, what you need to play great games.
Games keep pushing their specs higher and higher.
I mean, we put that quad in your PC, and, we're already having to take games down a little bit, which is, they're not terrible looking, of course. I mean, you could play pretty much everything, but, you could see it happening initially, And my loser of this week is going to be Sony with the introduction of Move. At first impression, really, yeah, and it really was the press conference that got me all.
It's funny because it's my winner. It's my winner of the week.
I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like very impressed by it. The thing is we kind of saw stuff to be expected. This is honestly their E3 demo was better. They showed the stuff with the crossbowing and the shooting, and then they showed like the paint stuff. And then here, we showed a little implementation with the modern iToy, basically, but they're going to try to re-implement the iToy. They were just tech demo games. The one silver lining is they showed some SOCOM, but
yeah, I was just going to say, did you see the SOCOM 4 demo?
That looks okay. The one thing that these guys need to know, and the one thing that people need to really start thinking about, is this whole motion control thing cannot be looked at the wrong way. As gamers, we will be more comfortable sitting, playing with the controller, and then occasionally using these motion things. I think that's good. Like, that would be fine. Or,
when you turn gaming into a physical chore, it becomes a problem.
And I don't think anyone wants to sit there with like a, what are these motes called? They're called the Move motes, or do they have names?
I don't know. I don't think so yet.
Let's just call them nunchucks, because we has defined that. But you take you take these things and you're just like waving them around and you're poking stuff. I'm not impressed by that, because you know what? I saw that for the past 4 years with the goddamn Nintendo Wii. So I don't need this anymore.
Gaming was always like I mean, like when you look at someone, in my space here, like when I like my room. When you go and look at my room, I mean, since I have all this stuff in here, I don't have enough room to dance around like that with game controls flying out of my hands and such.
So I'm just not impressed by it. There's potential, but I'm not impressed by it, and I thought they could have done such a better job. I didn't see anything that was like, wow, that looks good. Like when I see Natal, I'm like, wow, that's cool. Like the previous 6th generation consoles, or 7th generation consoles came out, I saw the Xbox 360, and I was like, that's awesome. Like the first time I've ever seen it, I thought it was so cool. And then like I see this, I'm like, no, because you know what it's going to be? It's going to be continuing this gaming fad, because this might die out. It might just be a fad of like, oh, it's implement all its motion control, and then in a couple of years it'll die out. I mean, people are trying to do it. They're trying to tap that market that Wii has, and they're just trying to get at it. But you know what? Wii's already tapped that. They already got that market. They already cornered it. And again, just what I was saying before, another reason not to buy a Wii. We have all that stuff. Plus, the remote looks...
But because the Wii's gathering millions of sales, everyone wants a piece of that shit.
Someone needs to think. They need to think more. They need to think about making their own product. Cause
they can't just copy what the Wii
this
has.
didn't
they
look
have
good.
To take it and make it better.
I think
Some
that
industrial espionage. Right
someone
there.
needs to think a little bit deeper about this, and they need to think of it making their own product. Because this is a Wii on the PS3, and that remote looks ridiculously stupid. It honestly, we all know what it looks like. I don't have to say it. At least the Wiimote looks like a remote control. This thing with the ball on the end, let's not talk about it. But I've talked about it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right.
Well, I guess I'll do mine since my winner of the week is the PlayStation Move. Also, I really chose this. It was kind of hard because this week wasn't really anything great to decide about.
Yeah.
But I chose this because, number one, all the games that are going to be incorporated to be used by Move can also be used by the PlayStation controller itself.
Which is a terrible thing to be saying, because it's like, thank God we can have used the DualShock 3 controller. Why?
But then at the same time, it's like, but it's like two different experiences. You can play it with the controller sitting down, and then you can play it with the Move, which is kind of awesome.
I guarantee you, anybody playing online using Move will be at the bottom of the score chart, and people using DualShock 3 will be at the top.
Yeah. And then also, you don't have to. It's not like Project Natal where you have to stand up and you have to be all this interactive.
Yeah.
Which don't get me wrong, it's really good. But the Sony PlayStation Move, you don't have to be standing up like with the Wii or the Project Natal. You can be sitting down just like a regular controller. Like I watched I watched a different video where they had this guy demoing some game. I forgot which one it was, and he was just sitting down and just like playing with it. And it was like, it's kind of cool. You know, you could interact, but you can still be sitting on your ass. It's kind of that's like,
Score one for the couch potatoes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could move yourself around and you can still get lazy and get fat. And then also the biggest thing I like about this is that they already priced it under $100.
Oh, so that rumor discussion we had last week was
disproven.
I'm glad I edited all that out.
Yeah, the starter kit is under $100. It includes the PlayStation Move, which includes also like that sub controller / nunchuck thing, which is wireless, by the way.
It better be. I don't want to get strangled by the thing when I have to do like a pirouette in the middle of my living room.
It also includes the PlayStation Eye and a game, all for under $100, which is actually kind of surprising considering there was a rumor that we talked about 2 weeks ago where it was going to be just the Move for $100. So
yeah, I mean, you know what they got to do to make their own product? They need to make the camera. I guess I'm just going to call it the iToy right now. They need to make that happen because they've used iToy before in kind of like a pretty ghetto manner, trying to get that to happen. And like they've had iToy stuff. They've had practice with the iToy. Make it happen because they got all the tools there. They need to make something amazing happen with this, and I'm eager to see it.
And my loser for the week is Activision. Because of everything, if none of you are knowing anything that's going on with the, recent gaming news, apparently, ex-Infinity Ward heads Vince Zampella and Jason West have been fired.
Oh, God, I forgot all about this.
There's already a lawsuit. And apparently, everyone all the employees at Infinity Ward, the morale is extremely low. and they want to leave, but they can't because
they were talking to other publishers, right? That's why they all got fired.
Yeah, something like that.
Because Activision caught wind of it, and then the cluster ensued.
Yeah, but apparently this is a rumor. Just I really like having rumors as my losers for the week.